Hey, what's up, Raiders? Welcome to Raid Today for Thursday, October 26th, 2023. I'm Gestel from Gestel Gaming, and the Timit the Fool fusion has begun. Plus, we have a lot of new champs that got added as well. We're going to cover that plus more here on Raid Today. Alright, so my man Timit, here he is live in the fragment summon section of the portal. We knew it was coming, but we now get to take a look at, obviously, the tournaments and everything, but we also get to see what the calendar looks like. So let's open that bad boy up and take a look what it's going to take to get Mr. Timit the Fool. Spider Tournament and Dragon Divers already started. Pretty nice to get that kind of off the bat, and getting the Dungeon Divers lineup specifically with it. You can get a lot of silver doing Spider Tournament, and you could pretty much knock out the Dungeon Diver just with the Spider Tournament and not have to kind of drag it over the Dragon. Now you can, if you really think you're hurting on resources, specifically energy. But it's pretty much all you're going to be doing, except for pulling shards and like a classic arena takedown in the first week here, until Dragon. So, yeah, I'll leave it up to you, but it does overlap. The Dragon will be, will open up before Dungeon Drivers Event 1 ends, so keep that all in mind. The Summon Rush is first, and then we do have the Champ Chase Tournament second. Those are both worth 15 points, and the total amount of points, just forget the 20. Throw that out the door. It's basically 110 points. If you can win a tournament, the tournaments will be Champion Training, not a fun one to go after, or the Champion Chase. Very difficult to win both of those, honestly. So I would basically say you're working with 110 fragments. That's basically where your mindset's got to be. Now, typically, the Summon Rush, they will split it up between 5 and 10, as well as with the Champion Chase, it'll be in kind of two sections. There's been times where it has not been split, and it was 15 all at one spot, so we don't know what that's going to look like until the tournaments or events open up. Obviously, we'll see that Summon Rush tomorrow. It probably gives us a good idea what the Champion Chase will look like as well, but my guess is it'll be 5, at a lower tier, like basically where you would get like the rare champ in a Summon Rush or Champ Chase, and then the 10 points basically where you would get like the epic champ or like the second champ kind of on that third row. So basically I think really all you have to decide here, besides doing everything else, you got to decide if you're going to try and save the 10 frags on the Champion Chase or the Summon Rush. I feel like you kind of want to go for it on the Summon Rush. It's a little bit easier, like go for all 15 fragments, because you're going to know how many shards exactly you're going to have to use to get that number. Sacred shards are by far the best for Summon Rush, 500 points a pop. So you can very easily figure out how many you got to pull, 6 to get to 3,000, whatever it is. So I would recommend, and especially because it's tomorrow it starts, you'll basically know how the rest of your fragment event will line up. And then hopefully at the end, if they do have it split 5 and 10 on the Champion Chase, then you just got to go for the 5 at the bottom, and you're done. That would be it. So that's going to be how I'm approaching it. Basically everything else you're going to have to finish. They only have 2 Dungeon Diver events. I think they've heard us complaining, so that's a nice little thing. Only 2 Dungeon Diver events. They do have a Champion Training event here, and then the Champ Training Tournament up here. So you still have 2 of those, and that looks like a 5-day, so that could be a really long event. Or it is a long event, but it could be an arduous event in terms of how much energy and stuff you'll need. 2 takedowns, and then all the dungeons. So and then 3 artifact enhancement events. That's been pretty much par for the course with at least the last 5 or 6 of them. So You know, pretty typical fragment event, nothing too extraordinary. I don't really feel like I have to mark this all up. I mean, it basically, you know, unless you really want to pull shards on both of them, I think it really comes down to which one you're going to want to try and save the 10 frags on. If you do that, if you do want to pull on both of those, then, you know, then you could probably just skip like, you know, the dungeon diver here, or you could skip both dungeon divers if you don't want to do that. I feel like the first dungeon divers you'll have no problem finishing with just between spider and dragon. So do what's best for your account. But that is the calendar. It is 2 weeks. It is intensive. You got to stay focused. You gotta keep up. Watch the videos every day. I'll do my best to help you out with what's going on. Let's jump into the game and check out the tournaments and the events. The Splitter tournament is open. I have not really messed around too much with this yet. Been doing a lot of other stuff today. But 2250 will get you the 5 frags to here. Now, here's the other thing to note. The Halloween Titan event is still going on, and this is the first time they've done this. Part of the Fusion event, we're getting the Titan event as part of it. The Halloween coins, whatever they're calling this, the currency for the Halloween Titan event. You're going to need 3,300 to get those extra 50, so it's Spider. Like I said, it's also Dungeon Divers, so it's definitely a good time to go for it. Not too bad of rewards here as well, so might as well go all the way to 3,300. What's 3,300 in Spider anyway? It's great silver for you. Spider, the Sand Devil turn attack is going on as well. We got a day, 15 hours remaining on this. This is not related to anything. It is just a decent tournament. Some really good rewards here if you get to 3,000. Obviously, you'd be able to get the middle stone for the altar. Not a bad one there. Plus, you got to be farming up a ton of those oils anyway. So it's kind of a good time to do it. Though we do have a lot of things going on. So if you skip it, I would say it's not a bad thing to skip. All right, Dungeon Divers is open as well as we've stated. 4,800 points will get you the 5 fragments there. That's been fairly standard for at least the last 6, if at least not the last 12 of these fusion fragment events. Also, Primal Shard there at 5,600 and 6,500 will get you another 100 Halloween points. So keep this in mind. The Halloween points are part of the fusion. Keep that in mind. They're putting them at the top. That's a lot of work to get to, but this is a 4-day event, 3 days, 16 hours remaining. And you will have the Dragon event going on, so definitely keep that in mind. I will remind you when the Dragon event starts, but you probably want to do the Dragon event the first day it opens so you can really get to that 6,500 level with no problem on this Dungeon Divers event. Halloween Titan event still going on. It's 1120 out of 1,500 I'm at right now. Not so bad. I hit the mic there. I apologize. 1,500. I'm gonna go for this Eternal Soulstone. I've only pulled maybe 5 or 6 of them on the account, so I definitely like to grab one there. Also, Mythical Skill Tome. Hopefully be able to get the Mikage. I think that's how you say it. Hopefully be getting her fairly soon, so I want to have books ready for her so I can book her up. And great rewards here. Great rewards here. You got a 6-star Legendary Chaos Ore. You got the Legendary Tome, 5-star, 200 Eternal Souls. These are tough to get to. So this 5th milestone section is great. And the other big one here, Fusion Warm-Up Event. Don't forget about this. Do not. You're getting 240 Halloween points. You got to scoop all these up. It is the easiest thing on earth. Already finished. If you haven't done it today, you can do it today still. And you can do it again at reset just in a couple of hours. And even if you only have the top row, you'll still be able to get that bottom row. So don't miss. Go make sure you've got it done. All you got to do is level an artifact up to 12. It's that easy. Boom. Wipe your hands of it. Move on to the next thing. And then, as we said, Summon Rush starting in 11 hours, 50 minutes. And the Champ Training Event. It's like a 5-day. No, that's not the long one. The Champ Training Event is the shorter of the two. I think it would probably be a 4-day event. And the tournament will be a 5-day event. So that will be starting tomorrow as well. And keep all of that in mind. Next thing still going on, the summoning portal has still got these crystal the prism shards. That's the word I'm looking for. Prism shards are still active. If you do not, you got 1 day, 12 hours. If you do not use them, I actually have 60. I guess I finished the dragon tournament yesterday. I got the extra 40, so up to 60. You get to, you don't get to, you basically get to pull them no matter what. If you have them in here, unused prism crystals will be used automatically after the event ends. So you might as well pull them and watch what you get, as opposed to just finding out the next morning or what have you, what champs got pulled for you. So keep that in mind. 1 day, 12 hours remaining. I don't think there'll be any more tournaments or events that actually have the prism shards. So, you know, use what you got, and that you can't use them anyway. So let them get pulled. But they also did drop a fairly sizable, interesting information today. New champions. New champions are in the game, coming out with Timit. We also got to see Timit's companion champ. We'll take a quick look at her, but I'm going to do a much longer video, kind of really look at all these champs, like break down their abilities and stuff in another video, maybe tonight, probably tomorrow. So we'll link to that in the description when it's available. But they are actually bringing in uncommons. I can't remember the last time they brought an uncommon in. You know, the green borders, they don't have them yet for the Sylvan Watchers. I was kind of surprised they weren't in there, so welcome some new uncommons. I bet it's been 2 years since they've done it. I'm not even sure. I feel like it's been forever. But Branch Weaver, a new uncommon champ. High Elves is getting a new epic champ for the Force Affinity, Neldor. Another uncommon for the Sylvan Watchers, Glen Spears. Sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, these uncommons. Now, something I brought up in the stream the other day, twitch.tv/GuestStillGaming, if you want to come by, check it out. They say, they're talking about this bigger than Doom Tower. Now, back when Doom Tower was first announced, you know, we kind of knew the secret rooms were coming, and we knew that we're going to need like a lot of variety of champs to do it. I actually built some uncommon champs thinking that there would be a room for uncommon champs. Now that they're adding some more, maybe they will do some uncommon champs. I don't know. It seems plausible, but yeah, I don't know. The only reason why, just because they're adding new champs, it's sparking it. But my guess is they're really just doing it because the Sylvan Watchers didn't have any uncommon champs, and they felt bad, so they added a couple. We got some new Void Legendary for the Organ Tribe. Organ Tribe used to only have, I can't even think of his name at the moment, the Ice guy for the Void Legendary. And you know, he's alright, but he's not great. Now they have like 3 of the best Void Legendaries. Grazure, this new guy, Bellatar, pretty interesting. And the other guy, I can't think of his name at the moment, but he just got added as well. He's got that really interesting passive where he can increase HP. Obviously, it would be great with like a Magnar or a Taurus, obviously. And then Krokmar, looks like we get a Crocodile for the Lizardmen. The Devour, that's going to be a Spirit Legendary champ. He looks like it'll be pretty cool. Timit, we've gone through before. Ostrox Boneglaive, we got a no void for the Undead Horde. Pretty cool looking there as well. And then Kaja, who is the companion champ to the Fusion champ, looks pretty cool. And finally, a new Mythic, and they did say they'll be pumping out about 1 a month on these, so right on schedule, we get the Night Queen Crixia. Crixia? And both forms there. Now again, I'm not going to take the whole video up and kind of go through all these abilities. Just want to make you aware that there are new champs in the game. I'll leave the link to the Raid Digest in the description below, so you can head on over there if you want to take a closer look at them. Or stay tuned for the video that's coming out later, where I kind of dive through all the new champs, and I'll give you my opinion on what I think about them. All right, that's pretty much everything going on in Raid today. Pretty big day. Check out, keep an eye out for that video on the new champions. We can go through all of them, real nice detail, and see if any of them are going to be really good or not. But until tomorrow, have an awesome night. Take care.